the very funny Kevin Lee.
Pam O'Connor, everybody. Hosting all night is a hard job. Thank you very much for coming out. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that you all are here. I'll tell you a little about myself. I used to work as a cashier in a restaurant that wouldn't let me accept tips. So every time a customer would tip me, I'd have to slide the money back to them and awkwardly explain myself. I'd be like, that's not necessary. I steal more than enough from this place to make a living wage. Tip your wait staff, right? When I was younger, I used to hate school for how boring it was. Now, you all might not have hated school, but I think you'll agree that if the most exciting moment in your day is when a bee gets in the room, what you're doing is very boring. I take public transit a lot, and I was recently flying, so I've seen a lot of that sign that you see in airports to warn against terrorism. It says, if you see something, say something. You guys have all heard that saying, right? Tell that to my girlfriend's mustache. Please? Will someone tell that to my girlfriend's mustache? Because I'm not allowed to say anything about it. Because she's my girlfriend, I'm not a monster. Also, I'll see that same sign in Spanish. It says, ve algo, diga algo. It means if you see something, say something in Spanish. Tell that to Frida Kahlo's unibrow. Please? Someone tell that to Frida Kahlo's unibrow. My girlfriend actually heard me tell that joke, and about a week after that, she told me that she doesn't trust me. I messed that up. She told her diary. I watch a lot of movies. There's that new Kevin James movie that came out about a month ago. It's called Here Comes the Boom. Is that a sequel to the time I farted during The Artist? Anyone? There's that famous scene in The Godfather where they cut off the horse's head and they put it in bed with the director to try to force the director to put their guy in his movie, right? That's not the worst thing you could do to that guy. Cut the horse's head off, sure, but put the body in the bed, right? So the hindquarters is going to be a lot messier to clean up. You take that horse head and you mount it on the wall of your den. People come over, you have a great story to tell them. Or just cut the director's head off. Have the horse direct the movie. That horse knows who's boss. I punch my jokes up online. I use thesaurus.com to make myself sound smart. And thesaurus.com is a free website to a point. If you pay thesaurus.com, they will hook you up with premium synonyms. I think that's a little, just a teeny, just a little pedantic. To remunerate capital just so you can have a superfluous vernacular? It's persnickety. So I wrote that entire joke using just regular old thesaurus.com, The thesaurus.com that we've all come to know and love. Your grandpa's thesaurus.com, yeah? You guys are a great crowd. Relatively. I think the worst crowd of all time was probably those in attendance for the coronation of Nicholas II as Tsar of Russia. Now this was in the mid-17th century, and there were about 500,000 people in attendance for the ceremonies. And as coronation gifts, everyone was promised a bread roll, a glass of beer, and a pretzel. However, when a rumor circulated that there weren't enough pretzels for everyone, a stampede occurred and 1,400 people were trampled to death. So, compared to them, you guys are amazing. Yeah, give yourself a round of applause. Some people tell me to mind my own business, and in the same breath, those people will tell me to mind my own beeswax. I always like to tell those people that my middle name is Bert, and beeswax is my business. So. I dropped my cell phone in the toilet, and I lost all my contacts and numbers. So I did that thing where I went online, and as my Facebook status update, I was gonna ask everyone to send me their numbers. I'll put them in my new phone. Just as I'm about to hit enter to put that as my status update, I dropped my laptop in the toilet. So. What do you do when technology fails you? I went with my old fail-safe, which is a landline phone book, right? Next thing I know, I got a soaking wet phone book on my lap. It's ballooned to probably twice the size of an ordinary phone book. I mean, those things are heavy already. I'm thinking, this can't get any worse. I fall in the toilet. Now I'm thinking I gotta get out of this toilet. Clearly, I don't know how to end that joke.